What's going on, everybody? This is For Profit. I'm Joe Holzinger here with Abdul Bomani. We're going to give y'all a little background story on making of a Mac, part one. What's up, Abdul?
Hey, how you doing, Joe? What's going on with you, man?
Doing great, man. Like, real talk, you're one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life. Like, I know how we cross paths, but it still blows my mind to this day to the fact that I know you. So we're gonna get into some shit with Bomani right now. Like, we just recorded a book together. Tell them a little bit about the book first. Let's do that.
Also, the Mackin is basically the understanding and knowing the ways and the understanding of today's woman and how to guide and lead them outside of today's reality. You know, a lot of times brothers, take on the characteristics of the woman with emotions and become the uncontrollable emotions. So this is basically what the book is about, how to harness your emotions and how to move in the right direction. Because where we at now in today's society, man can't lead the woman to a higher elevation until you must first dig out who he is.
And one of the lines that stuck out to me from the very beginning from your book is the fact that you said that old school pimping shit is antiquated. Like, we're not here to use women anymore. We're not here to live out of your house and fucking eat off your food and all that dumb shit anymore. We're here to grow with you, but at the same time, we realize your potential, and if we can help you tap into it more than what you know you're capable of, then that's what we're here for.
Yeah, well, women is leading the charge today. And they bosses now. They no longer in the street. They got their own mindset, making their own money, and they not going back. You understand? And they tell you that I don't need a man for nothing. So what can you give me that I'm not giving myself? Because, at the very beginning, you got to be mindful that what does she do? The first thing that she get is a doll.
Yeah.
Second thing that she get is a doll house. So at that very moment, she begin to practice and play house. So once she get a husband, get a nice house, get some money in the bank, and she thinks she's at the top floor of her elevator and success has already been attained. But there are many more levels to her true existence and expression of who she is and what she is.
Yeah. And we're breaking barriers, giving away secrets, doing all that crazy shit. So this whole thing came together. It's a really complex story into how you became you, to be real.
Yeah.
And I say complex because it's complex to me personally, because I didn't go through what you went through. Yeah. So it's maybe not complex, but perplexing.
Yeah, I understand.
To me, the way things came to be. And I know a little bit about what went on, but tell us more about, like, kind of how you grew up and what you went through as a young kid.
Well, my first experience, I was about 7 years old. Brother came to me. I was at the truck, getting some juice, and brother came to me and my other brother, because we was like two peas in the pot. Marty and Jeffrey, that was the nickname back then.
Yeah.
And the brother came up to me and he said, how would y'all like to go downtown and steal? So I looked at the brother and I said, and I sidebar with my brother. I said, let's do it. He said, well, he may make us steal. I said, don't worry, we'll jump him. And that move right there began a lifetime of hell and misery for me. I started off as a petty little thief and worked my way all the way up. And, and ended up in every juvenile facility in the state of New Jersey, and then the big time.
I know you say, like, petty little thief, but, like, before the age of 12, like, how far did you take this shit? Like, what were you doing?
Oh, I was good, man. I was a B&E artist. I used to break and sleep in stores. The big, stores down like, the clothing stores, Bamberger's at the time, Two Guys, all that. We would stay the night in there, sleep in there, rack
They had
up.
them nice fucking mattresses and all that.
Right. We would kind of clean them out, get the watches, the jewelry, all that, before they start doing the
cameras and
right before they start doing all of that, and before they start doing the little petty hustling like how everybody do today. Pick stuff, selling. I was doing it way back then, and Yeah, so I just basically did that, dressed myself, because I came from a big family, so mama didn't have the money. We grew up on welfare, coming from the project. She had 8 kids, so a lot of times we had to go out there and make it do what it do. She was very strict and go to school, come home, didn't want us to go out, but living in the projects, you got to learn to defend for yourself.
Yeah. No, I get it, and it's less of not having a father there and more in the sense of there's nobody at home between the hours of 3 and
Yeah, well, we had a big brother, and he would always bully us. We in there playing the Batman and Robin and shit with the sheets around the neck, and just having a good old time. Then he would come and clean up and start bullying us while mama wasn't there, so we got tired of it. So one day we make a break out the door. And that was a beginning to an end from there, because every day, we would hit New York City, run down, because I was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, and we would hit the downtown and begin our day activity of hustling. And I got so good that I developed a crew. Everybody wanted to be with me. Yeah, because I was good at it. We stole everything from whatever we can get our hands on, bikes and all that. And then, like I said, just kind of moved up the ladder from there, man. Being bad, I was part of that Mind Demon team. I was on them, to the point where, bad just wasn't good no more.
And I feel that, and everybody's like seeing the glory right now of what this shit was. It was like, it was cool. You had a crew. You're fucking moving things, You probably had a little name for yourself in the neighborhood, this and that. But, like, what ended up happening, like, you went to juvie and then, like, you pretty much just never fucking got out from there, right? Like,
I was in and out a few times until I got to the point where is that I broke out on escape, and once I broke out on escape, I caught another charge, and so, but I already had 6 years pending for robbery as a juvenile, and I had a shooting charge, and so I was doing two sentences of running 2 3-year sentences running consecutively, and so I ended up breaking out of this place. The air conditioner wasn't locked. Jumped.
All right. Hold up. A fucking El Chapo style prison break. Is that what we talking about?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I had the big high wall, 12-foot wall, man. We, threw some shits up there, man, climbed over the wall, jumped over. It was about me and 2 other dudes. And I asked the guy, I said, are you rolling with me? He said, no, I'm going home. I said, well, I'm going to be out here a long time is what I told him, because I already knew. They got him the next day. But I was out and I was on the run. I ran down to see my older guy. I used to run with a lot of older guys, at 15, like 37, 40. And I tapped on the window. Big man say, who is it? I said, it's me, Rock. He said, the Rock I know in jail. I said, it's me. And the first thing he said to me when he saw me, he didn't say, how you doing or nothing like that. The first thing he said to me, do you want to do a stick up? And I say, oh, man, shit, man, I just got out.
I thought we was trying to cool out.
Yeah, Yeah. But I was between a rock and a hard place.
You needed money, obviously.
Oh, yeah, man. We ran up the Fox. It was a gambling house. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got about a 40 stack up out of there. Jesus. Real nice and easy.
And you're how old at this point?
I was about maybe 15.
15?
Yeah.
Today, imagine like a 15-year-old with 40 stacks in their pocket today.
Oh, yeah. It was a split up. I maybe got about 15 out of that.
Still.
Yeah, but it was a nice piece of change.
Still, yeah, you covered yourself for the next 2 or 3 months.
Let me tell you this here, though. This is the funny part. Now, right after we did the shake-up, we jumps in the cab. Mm-hmm. Now, as we roll down to the Penn Station to run over to New York, he gets in a dispute with the cab man and don't want to pay him. Now, we got all this money on him, and he like, no, don't pay him. So now, the transit authority come, we get locked up in the bullpen. To make a long story short, and they made us pay the fresh air cup and let us go. I shot the alias, and, I was that close. They had me, but I got out. Yeah.
With today's technology,
yeah,
it ain't no way. But no. Anyways, like, so that kind of one thing led to another, and it led to a long sentence in the state pen.
Yeah. It led to a long sentence in the state pen. I started from there, Skillman, then I went to Jamesburg. From Jamesburg to the Phoenix Society, broke out on escape. Went back to Jamesburg, from Jamesburg to Yardsville. After I was in Yardsville for a while, and this is for like young adults. And then I got waived up to after I got to 25 with a 12.5-year sentence.
Yeah.
And then I got waived up. I was on the way to Rawway State Prison, and at that time I was I was beefing with some cats up in there. So they knew I was coming, so the word was out, man. Tell Rock, don't come down here with that. You know.
Man, I can't imagine the anxiety that goes into some shit like that. But some really special shit happened when you went to Rawway, right?
Oh, definitely, for sure. Well, it blew my mind, first of all, because the moment I walked through the door, ain't nobody coming to save you there. When you the big time, ain't no cops coming to nothing. Ain't nobody coming to save you. So when I walk through the door, I'm looking in odd, and I'm like, wow. You understand? So I go up into the cell, and next thing you know, I'm brothers, because my brother was down there at the time, and he running me gifts and all that. And seeing it was like, you wore your own clothes. You see what I'm saying?
That's weird.
Yeah, you wore
That's
your
weird,
own
yeah.
clothes. Oh, yeah, the shit looked like the streets, like the projects where I was at. So it kind of blew my mind for me.
In my mind, so this is what, the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, this was like 80, 85. I got there in 85.
And so this is like button-ups.
Oh, man,
and
they had the sheepdogs, man. They had the big radio. They had the old players and all that. You got the TVs.
Yeah.
And all the other little shit that you got up in there. We used to do a lot of shows. We had strippers coming all up in there. We had, it was just different.
free for all, kind of like.
Yeah, right. But it was a world within a world. One thing about prison, everything that
Can't
go
leave though.
Right, but everything that's going on outside is pretty much going on in there. The drugs, the women and all that, because correction officers is off the chain. I
got a couple people that spent over 10 in the Fed, and I know your time in the state. That's why I keep taking gritting my teeth and taking a deep breath every time you say state, because my boys that were in the Fed, they're like, you do something, I do something. It doesn't fucking matter. I just can't leave.
Yeah,
I got a cell phone. They got a computer. They got everything that we got out here.
Yeah, well, they just don't want you. Yeah, they just don't want you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can. Shit. We used to order our own food, our own menu. With the PRC, Prison Communication Network.
Yeah.
We had all that. You run everything pretty much. So I started out when I got there. I was rough. Coming from the streets. You got to be on. If not, then you gonna get swallowed up.
The stereotypical thing is if someone says something, then you immediately got to engage. Well, pussy. All right, we got to fight.
Oh yeah, you got to be on it, man. When I first came there, I'll tell you a story. When I first got there, so my brother was there, so he would, everybody knew I was coming. So guys kept running up to me. They take me, they drop me in the cell. Guys kept running. Hey, you Robinson, 203-94. Yeah. Well, I got this for you. So I had one guy come. He said, "You Robinson, 203-94." That was my prison number at the time. He said, "Well, I'm Suzuki Dean. You don't mind if I come by and suck your dick sometime, do you?" I said, man, you better get the fuck away from my cell." Just like that.
Was he trying to be nice though? I
was caught up in the moment of everybody bringing me weed. My brother brought me a TV. I had many different guys coming. But now here this guy come. You understand what I'm saying?
Suck your dick.
Yeah, and I said, man, you better get the fuck away from my cell, because I'm ready to kill at a moment notice. So I jumps up and I start calling the police to bust the cell. But he ran and left.
But just to be clear, for all my I'm a fucking liberal. I'm super feminist, super pro LGBTQ, all that shit. But it's a different environment when you're in this shit. It's not about acceptance and everyone living their own life. It's life and fucking death.
What you have to understand about prison, wherever you go, there's no prison that is alike. So you got to understand there's different mindsets, but you got to come in there with the mentality to be ready to kill. See, it ain't no game. The police come when the shit is over. You understand? Yeah, ain't nobody. They not in the yard with you. You in there by yourself. They not when somebody coming you in the beef. They coming to the cell after you're dead. And they not coming in there.
I mean, to be real, I'm getting kind of political right now, but fuck it. It's the same reaction to a predominantly black neighborhood. The police are called. They're gonna get there when they're gonna be picking up shell casings. They ain't gonna be fucking breaking up a gunfight.
Yeah. In most cases, like where I lived at in Merchant Street, they didn't come around there because a lot of times people would throw tallest and shit like that off the roof. Yeah, and they be throwing stuff, acid, whatever. So they didn't come around.